My name is Zeke. Today we are going to do a how-to video on how to perform a squat. Squat can be used a lot of different ways. It's used over a lot of different sports throughout strength and conditioning. Squat is a really good way in order to increase your power. Definitely have explosive power coming through your thighs, your glutes, and coming up through your hips. Today we're going to be doing a back squat. You can also do front squat as well, but back squat is really a standard exercise going through multiple sports, but it's especially good for football players. Now, whenever we perform a squat today, okay, we want to do a couple of things. First thing is going to be our feet. Okay, our feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. Our toes are going to be slightly pointed outward. You definitely don't want them inward. And then as we squat, we're going to definitely want our heels on the ground. You shouldn't see any air between his heels and the ground. Now, whenever we actually go down in his squat, let's do a body weight squat for me. Okay, his core is going to be tight, and he's going to try to get his thighs parallel to the ground or as close to parallel as he can. Okay, whenever he comes up, he's going to keep his core tight up. Okay, and he's going to throw his hips forward so that he can stand up straight again. Okay, now whenever we actually go to the rack for the squat, you can use a standalone squat rack. Today we're going to be using a full rack, but either one really works. Whenever we go to the rack, the first thing we want to do is set our hands. Our hands are kind of like our feet. We want to set them just a little bit further than shoulder width apart. Okay, now we're going to go underneath the bar and stand up with it. Now again, our feet are going to be our first thing. Feet shoulder width apart, a little bit wider, toes pointed slightly outward. Okay, he's going to have his core tight the entire lift. So we're going to go down. Okay, his core is still tight. Again, there's no air in between his heels and the ground. Okay, he has a nice outward rotation on his knees. Ready, up, and his core is tight the whole time. Notice that whenever he has the bar on his shoulders, it's not on his neck. It's closer to the trapezius muscle, sitting nice on top of his back in a comfortable position. Okay, now the width of his hands are at a good width. The wider you are, the more you're going to be able to flex these scapular muscles. Okay, so he's in a really good position right now. Okay, very stabilized. Let's do another squat for me. As he goes down, okay, his core is going to be very tight. Again, he's going to get as low as possible. Okay, nice and stable. Ready, up, core tight, hips exploding forward. Now, the last part of the squat is going to be racking the weight. Whenever we rack the weight, we want to go all the way to the rack and then slide the bar down. Okay, so that is a normal back squat. Again, there are many different variations, but through strength and conditioning programs across the country, really across the world, back squat is a really good example of a nice explosive movement that's a staple across strength and conditioning programs. Thank you for watching.